Hello, my name's Martin. I'd like to welcome you to the weekly meditation. You're joining me from my house in Australia today. Before we get started, let us surround and protect ourselves with the love and the grace of God. Before this shared time and space of sacred practice in stillness and giving, I'd just like to read a passage on studenthood. This comes from being a student of the New Message, received in Thailand in 2008 by the Message. It's a great blessing to receive a new revelation and to live at a time of revelation. It's a great opportunity to discover your greater purpose for being in the world and to recall through your experience those who sent you into the world. You now, before you, have a gift of unparalleled value. A gift that is only given once every millennium at a time of revelation. Did not come upon this by accident. Did not find it by chance. It represents a destiny and a calling for you. It has come into your life at a time now when the world is growing dark. Great waves of change are coming. It has come at a time when humanity is facing intervention from beyond the world by small groups who are here to take advantage of humanity's weakness, vision. It is a time to learn something truly new, revolutionary, something that has been given to bring clarity to the world's great traditions, to be a sounding and a calling for human unity and cooperation in the face of tremendous challenge and upheaval. But you cannot really understand the new message and the meaning of this revelation by reading it alone. You must become its student. You must become a learner and take the steps to knowledge. From where you are, you cannot see the panorama of life clearly. You cannot understand the meaning of your appearance in the world at this time. You cannot comprehend the greater community of life that humanity is now facing in the universe beyond the borders and boundaries of this world. You cannot even see the great significance of encountering a new revelation, a new message from God. To understand these things and their complete relevance to your life, to your origin, and to your destiny, you must become a student of the new message. To learn of it, to apply it, and to allow it to be applied in your life, to be lived, be experienced, to free you from the bondage of your old ideas, the bondage that you currently experience under the oppression of people and culture, the bondage that keeps you at the surface of your mind, does not allow you to experience the deeper nature. Without corruption, without confusion, new message is here in a pure form. Brings with it the memory of your ancient home, and the recalling of your greater purpose that has brought you into the world this time. But this requires that you understand what studenthood really means, what it really means to be a student of a new revelation. Or you cannot go back in time and be a student of Jesus, or a student of Muhammad, or a student of Buddha, and receive the pure teaching as it was revealed by its messengers. Be a student of a new revelation requires, then, a very pure approach on your part. This means that you are not trying to mix the new message with other teachings, with other beliefs, with other spiritual practices. It means you're not alloying the new message with your own spiritual beliefs and perspective. To be a real student is to start from the beginning with a clear and open mind. Here you do not believe everything. You are discerning and careful. But you make no presumptions about the journey ahead. For you have never taken such a journey before. Even if you have studied other religious teachings over time, you have never taken a journey like this. There's a new mountain to climb, and it will purify your intentions. It will purify your understanding, and it will purify your experience of yourself in the world to undertake such a journey. Being a real student here means that you are not altering the new message to meet your preferences or your prejudices or your preconceived ideas. You are not changing the words. You are not deleting certain aspects of the new message. You must see it all. You cannot say, well, I'm very interested in relationships and higher purpose, but I do not really want to learn about the greater community. Here you cannot say, well, I really want to learn about the greater community, but I don't want to study the way of knowledge. But you see, it all goes together. It is whole and complete. It is pure and intact. It has not been ravished by the world and united with other things and torn apart with different interpretations and schools of thought and so forth. Especially while the messenger is in the world. This is the optimum time to become a student of the new message. For its purity will be maintained and is being maintained by him and by those who have joined him to bring a new revelation into the world. Here you must be willing to learn things that exceed your understanding, things even that you might be afraid to approach. It is a journey you cannot control. You can only control yourself as you undertake. Not allowing your fears or anxiety to take you away. Not allowing your opinions of others to discourage you or to dissuade you. Not allowing your own ambivalence to weaken your approach, to dilute your focus. To be a student here means that you start from a position of desire and the capacity to learn, and that you are willing to take a long journey with many steps, without coming to premature conclusions. A journey that will take you up this great mountain. A journey with many twists and turns, many things that you cannot foresee, and thresholds along the way that you were not anticipating. Or you see, you cannot come to God on your own terms. You cannot say, well, I'm willing to study this, but it has to be on my own terms. This journey will take you where you've never gone before. Because from where you are now, you will never find your higher purpose in the world. And the chance of your meeting those individuals who will play a part of it, very small indeed. That is why you need a pathway out of the jungle, out of the state of confusion and ambivalence, out of the oppression and the domination of your social conditioning. You need a way out so that your mind can be free to be what it really is, so that your spirit can be liberated and express itself through your mind and your body, so that you can feel your primary and fundamental connection to your source and to the world you have come to serve. Let us now join together for 30 minutes stillness practice. Take whatever time you need to reach a step, get yourself comfortable. Let's enter stillness together. Asinovari Karam. Or in this space of stillness, I'd like to read passages about the messenger. This one comes from The Origin of the Messenger. It was received August 1st, 2012, in Boulder, Colorado. People have no idea what it means to be a messenger, or how messengers are selected or prepared. They want to worship heroes or deny them altogether. They want to believe the messenger is the message. The message is always greater than the messenger. People will base their whole view and approach, their attitude towards the messenger. But the message is always more important. People cannot live with the message, so they obsess over the messenger. But they do not understand the messenger. They have no idea where the messenger comes from, or how the messenger is selected above and beyond everyone else. Many people think there cannot be one messenger. There must be many messengers, or they themselves should be the messenger. In a world of separation, one representing a greater union, be misconstrued, misperceived, cannot be avoided. The angelic host, the angelic assembly, selects a messenger for every particular world where a messenger is required. The messenger is only selected at times of great change, difficulty, and opportunity for a race, a given world. Such great turning points only come very infrequently. Despite the great events that are occurring in your world at any given time, messengers will only come very infrequently. In the interim, there will be prophets giving warnings or setting standards for behavior. There will be visionaries. There will be reformers. There will be advocates. But the messenger brings a whole new reality. This individual is not simply one who gives warning of the great hazards of the future or the present day, or provides higher standards or greater vision of peace, cooperation, and equanimity amongst the human family. But there are many who can do this, but only a messenger from God can bring an entire new reality, change over time the awareness and the consciousness of large numbers of people, even affecting the attitudes of the entire human race. The prophet cannot do this. The prophets speak of what is occurring now or in the near future. Their prophecies are not for all time and all peoples. They are specific to certain peoples and places and events. But the messenger brings a whole new reality. They are not charged with meeting every need of the day or resolving every problem or crisis of the hour. They are bringing something to change the whole approach to the future of humanity. Messengers are condemned, crucified, and destroyed. because people do not get what they want from the messenger. You do not get wealth or greater security or advantages or special favors, endowments from God. The messenger points to the present and to the future and brings a new reality into the world. People who are needy and ambitious do not get what they want in the moment from this. And so they turn away from the messenger. They deny the messenger. They condemn the messenger. They are looking for someone who is going to benefit them right now in the ways that they want and prescribe. They have no idea what they are looking at. They have no idea what they are judging. They have no idea what their greater needs really are. Needs of the soul. This is a dilemma for all the peoples in the world, rich or poor, from any nation or culture or religious affiliation. They are not yet aware of the great need of the soul. Those few who are reaching within their traditions or beyond their traditions. They are reaching to find this connection inside, connection with God. This connection with their future and their destiny and their purpose for being in the world. Everyone else is like cattle grazing in the field, only content to have feed for the day, more pleasures for tomorrow, and to be protected either legitimately or illegitimately from the hazards of the world. God speaks to those who have and those who have not. God speaks to those who rule and those who are ruled. God speaks to those who are honest and those who are dishonest. God speaks to those who are rich and to those who are very poor. The messenger brings a message for them all. He is not a reformer. He is not just an advocate. He is not just a visionary. He is not just a prophet warning of the consequences of hazards in the world today. He brings a reality for everyone who can receive him. In humility and honesty. And his presence in the world will cast in contrast everything else that is deceptive and manipulative and self-serving, grievous and unforgiving and angry. But the messenger is not perfect, for none of the great messengers have been perfect. And the messenger is not a god, for none of the great messengers have been gods. His origin is from beyond the world. He was selected and prepared by the angelic presence to enter into the world at a certain place, at a certain time. His destiny was to become basically educated about humanity, the human condition, and to be insulated from the world sufficiently that his greater purpose and calling could occur later in his life when he reached a point of maturity. His life was planned out, you see. And like everyone around him, his life was really planned out and watched over. This is the reality of all messengers. It is the reality of the messenger who is in the world today, bringing a new revelation from God. Messenger was given the message beyond the world, not intellectually, but imbued at a deeper level of the mind, beyond the realm and the reach of the intellect. You can understand this. Who in the world today can understand this? But a very few. You'd be a humble man. You would be educated, but not highly educated. You would be influenced by the world, but not highly influenced by the world. You'd be observant of others, but not captivated by others. You would have to remain available, open, receptive through all the formative years of his life. Very difficult to achieve this is without divine oversight. Held back from great careers, held back from committing in relationships until he met his true partner, held back from interests and hobbies, held back from becoming an advocate or reformer, held back for years and years, failing the standards of society, failing the expectations of society, failing the expectations of family, waiting, preparing the moment of initiation. God's messenger this time, it happened at the age of 33. He would have to wait a long time. The message was within him, beyond his awareness. He was carrying it like a secret cargo. The cargo must be secret, so it cannot be tampered with, cannot be revealed prematurely, cannot be misused, misallocated, misunderstood. He must wait for the initiation, the great waves of initiation, which would strike him so forcefully that it would shatter his life and send him in a new direction. People think that the great messengers are all very saintly, very pure, never having made an error in their life. This is foolishness. Of course, they have made errors in life. Some of them have suffered greatly for. What made them messengers was the power of the message imbued in them, their ability to withstand the seductions, the tragedies, and the pressures of the world to such a time where their initiation could begin. This could not have happened without divine oversight, careful management of their lives. People think this oversight is available to everyone. That is not the case. In all cases, the messengers did not know who they were, or what they were carrying, or what it would mean for the future until the point of initiation, the process of initiation that would ensue, that would carry them forward through many thresholds into the future. Time and place were very important here, and the degree of support they received from certain individuals was very important. This is a truly unique individual in the world, and always has been. Though their worldly origins are ordinary, humble in most cases, we end up being the most important people in the world. Let us now hold Marshall in our hearts and minds. Send him love and strength, gratitude for all he has done to become the messenger of this time, the times to come, our first greater community messenger. Passing through those thresholds. If there is anyone else that comes to mind, send them love and strength, gratitude, equality, you they need. Thank you all. Thank you for joining.